Hello everyone, I'm Jacob Kaufman, I'm the Nerd on the Street, and this is a website tour for 2018. Alright everyone, if you're watching this video right now, chances are you're watching on YouTube. I've talked about this before, most of our viewers are on YouTube, and we've been performing really well lately. I'm really happy with how the numbers look on a lot of our recent videos on YouTube. Welcome to any of our new viewers. We recently passed 7,500 subscribers. We are 3/4 of the way to that 10,000 mark. That's when we'll no longer be considered a small channel and we will be considered a medium-sized channel. Now, as I've talked about in the past, you don't actually have to go to YouTube to watch Nerd on the Street content. As of last year, we've got our own custom video player on nerdonthestreet.com. It's based on Video.js, and our website, nerdonthestreet.com, is run by the Composer content management system. Both of those things are free and open source software, and I've made videos talking about the software behind our website before, but I've never made a website tour for this version of the website, and I've put a whole lot of work over the last few years making it look really nice and making it work really well. And our website still doesn't get a lot of traffic, and it definitely does not get a lot of interaction. So just in case you haven't been to nerdonthestreet.com in a while, here's a tour walking you through all of the user-facing features on the website. Comments and suggestions are welcome below, and we will jump right in. So here we are on the desktop at nerdonthestreet.com. Right on the home page at the very top, we've got our 4 most recent technology videos with nice large thumbnails so you can see what they are. Since I upload tech videos the most, these are what's at the top of the page because they change quite often. So if you go to nerdonthestreet.com, it's super easy. You immediately see if there are any new videos or not just by glancing at the thumbnails. Right above that, if you're not logged in, you'll see there is a little welcome line here with links to the Nerd on the Street About page where you can read about the company. We've got our mission statement on here. You can also watch the Nerd on the Street trailer, which is the channel trailer on this YouTube channel as well. We click play here, that just starts playing in our website's video player.
We could start with the processor.
There are a lot of different desktop environments you can choose from. The animations on
And
this
that's our built-in video player, like I said. It's a customized version of Video.js. It does not connect to YouTube servers at all, which is awesome. And our About page has some other info about Nerd on the Street as well. So going back to the home page, like I was saying, we have tech videos at the top. And underneath that, we've got our creative videos. Once again, the most recent 6 of these show up here. The thumbnails are a little smaller though, so it actually takes up less space than the text section. And underneath that, at the bottom of the page, we have our latest miscellaneous videos. This includes things like Nerd Club exclusive series like the NOTS Experience, channel updates. Here we've got Where Is Displaced? That was a channel update on the creative channel. We've got our last channel update from the tech channel showing up here as well. And gaming videos like our Extra Life segments also show up under miscellaneous down here. Now underneath any of these sections, you can click view all. Like if you want to see all the tech videos, you can click view all for just all the tech videos. And back on the home page at the very bottom, the very last link on that page is browse all content. If you click that, you'll see all Nerd on the Street videos sorted by when they were uploaded, and you can go through and see all the videos for all of our channels, going all the way back to our very first videos from this YouTube channel, all right here. On the left-hand sidebar of the homepage, you can see there is a search box for easy finding if there's a specific video you're searching for. Let's say you've corrupted an MP4 file and you need to figure out how to fix that. You can just go in the search bar, search fixing MP4, and right down here, fixing a truncated MP4 file is on the first page of search results. There are nice large thumbnails here once again so you can see exactly what you're looking for. As you can see, some other videos did come up before the one that I was thinking of, but all of these have the words in them that I typed in. So the search bar is there in the sidebar, right on the home page and on other pages as well if you want to search. We've also got site statistics. These are not super accurate. These aren't coming from my Piwik instance or anything, or Matomo instance. This is basically just a hit counter, which a lot of older websites used to have just static hit counters. Every time the page loads up, it counts a hit. It shows how many users are currently online, which is fun to look at, and it shows how many posts we've got in our forums, things like that. The number of posts under the news section, that's how many videos and podcasts are on this website. So right now we have 732 pieces of content. And underneath that, we've got one nice little box advertising the Nerd Club. You will notice there are no Google ads on this website anymore, and I am not logged in with my personal account. We're not logged in at all on this website so far, and there are no advertisements at all from outside sources. No Google ads in the sidebar, no Google ad at the bottom of the page. We have gotten rid of those completely, and if you'd like to help me still make a little bit of money off the website, you'll actually be doing me a huge favor, because even just one person joining the Nerd Club pays a whole lot more than those Google ads even used to pay anyway. So let's take a look at what one of these video pages looks like, because obviously that's the primary thing most of you are on this channel for, is watching my videos. Let's click right here on one of my recent videos, fixing duplicate app icons in GNOME 3. It's actually just called Fix Duplicate App Icons in GNOME 3. It's easier for people to find it on YouTube with that wording. If we click on that, this is what the video player page looks like. So video starts playing automatically when you go in the video, just like on YouTube. You don't have to click play or anything archaic like that. As you can see, the video is nice and large on the screen here. It's actually set up to look like YouTube's theater mode by default. You don't have to click any button to enlarge this. Now there is a full screen button at the bottom right you can click if you want to full screen this inside your computer screen, but by default the video player is nice and large so you can see everything. I'm going to go ahead and mute it so I can keep talking, but if we click play here, you'll see the controls do fade away just like on YouTube. There is a volume control here on the screen just like on YouTube if you do want to control the volume for the videos on this website without changing your system's global volume. Over on the right hand side here, I know a lot of my videos get very long, so I made sure to include a playback rate control for my video player. If you click on 2x speed, not only does the video start playing at twice speed, so you can go through my rants at super speed, but the timestamp on the video also accurately reflects how much time you have left watching at your current speed. So if we continue watching at 2x speed, we can get through the rest of this video in just 3 minutes. If we kick that down to 1.5x speed, you can see it's 4 more minutes of this video. And sometimes I do things pretty quickly, and if you're a beginner to whatever you're watching a video about, you might want to slow it down to half speed, and you can see it would take us 12 minutes to finish this video at half speed right now. Scrubbing through the rest of the video player's timeline, all of those times that you see as you're scrubbing through, that also reflects the time watching at your current speed. So the playback rate adjuster is fully integrated, since I know, like I said, my videos can get pretty long and a lot of you use that. I think this is a very nice implementation. Now, you'll see here I can not only click anywhere on the video to pause and play just like on YouTube, I can also use my spacebar to pause and play. I can use left arrow key to go back 5 seconds, right arrow key to go forward 5 seconds. Everything is super easy. I can use arrow key up to turn the volume up and arrow key down to turn the volume down. Over here on the right hand side of the player, we do have resolution controls, and the default is auto, so this will adjust itself to your bandwidth of your internet, which I find works pretty well for me. If you do want to force it to a specific resolution, you can force it to say 1080p. That might be helpful if you're watching in full screen on a 1080p monitor. You can force it to 720p, or if you've got a bad internet connection and you just want to hear what's going on, you can force it all the way down to 360p if you want. Every single one of my videos is transcoded into the basics: 360, 540, 720, 1080, and on the videos where it's available, you will get 2K and 4K options as well. Of course, 2K and 4K also work with the auto option, so personally I just leave mine on auto, but that is there if you want it, just like on YouTube, so you're not missing anything so far. And in fact, this video player actually looks a little nicer, I think, than the YouTube player. I think it looks a little more fun. There's some color in it, and you're not giving any information to Google when you're watching this. There will be no YouTube ads because, like I said, this isn't the YouTube player, this is Video.js. Now we're going to leave this paused for a second, and if we scroll down on the page, you can see what else is here. For one thing, we have our video title, Fix Duplicate App Icons in GNOME 3. We've got a view count just for the website. We have the date and time this was added to the website, and we do have the same description as you get on YouTube. Anytime there's links to software on YouTube, you'll get those same links right here in the description at nerdofthestreet.com. All the same information will be here. And below that, we've got our website's exclusive comments section. So obviously, our website's not using Google Plus for comments like YouTube is. Our website is using its own system. There's a link right here. You can log in to post. And let's go ahead and do that. Let's log in, because right now there have been no comments on this video. So if we click the login button, we'll get taken to our login page. And I'm going to log in with a test account here. If you'd like, you can check a box to remember you so you don't have to log in every time. Pretty simple stuff. And we'll go ahead and click login. There is a forgot your password system, so if you do ever forget your password, we can just email you a link to reset it. We'll go ahead and log in though. And here we go. So now that we've logged in, let's go back to that same video, and you'll notice we get asked a question here. Do you want to resume where you left off? So the nerdofthestreet.com video player does have resume capability. Once again, I'll click yes, and it's going to skip to where we just were paused a second ago. And you don't even have to pause. If you just click away from a video while it's playing, it will remember where you were in that video. Like I said before, I know a lot of my videos get really long, so this video is only 8 minutes or so it doesn't make a ton of sense to use that feature, but some of my videos, you know, rolling release episodes and things, those can get over an hour long, so you might start watching something and then partway through, you get busy and you need to click away. So if you ever have that happen, you start watching a video and you want to come back to it later, it's always super easy to see exactly where you were in that video. And in case you're wondering, this is actually stored locally on your computer, the resume points. And even though that does mean you can't start watching on one device and resume on another device automatically, it also means that nobody has the information of how much of a video you've watched. If you're on YouTube, Google is keeping very tight analytics on where exactly you're clicking into videos and where you're clicking away from those videos, because they want to know what you're into. All that's happening here, this is actually utilizing HTML5 local storage, HTML5 web storage, to store your current time locally on your computer. So it is super easy to just resume anytime you want to, and if you don't want to resume, if you want to start over from the beginning, just click no, and the video will continue playing from the beginning. Super easy once again. Now scrolling down, here we have our comments section. When you're logged in, you can actually write a comment. So here we can go ahead and type in a test comment. Hey Jacob, nice video. This is a test comment. Now, I'd really enjoy seeing more comments at nerdonthestreet.com. We've been getting a lot of interaction on YouTube recently, a lot of consistent commenters. I love that. I try and read every single comment that people leave on any of my videos, even the really popular ones like the Steam Play with Proton video. I try and read them all, and I'd really enjoy if people started leaving some more comments on nerdonthestreet.com. Once again, you know, do you remember how mad everybody was when YouTube switched over to using Google Plus for comments? You don't have to deal with that anymore. You can just use nerdonthestreet.com. Type in your comments here. We do have bold and italics and strike through and everything. We've got some information about formatting if you want to read it there. There's emoticons you can use as well. If we go ahead and click make comment here though, as you can see, it does refresh the page. Don't have Ajax set up right now, but if you are partway through a video, you'll get that resume option, so it shouldn't interrupt your viewing, especially if you're scrolled down making a comment anyway. It's unlikely that you're going to notice a quick page refresh. This is what it looks like when you do submit your comment. You've got your username, you've got your profile picture. Hovering over people's profile pictures gives a little bit of information about them. And I am always tweaking the CSS for this website. It's never completely finished, so like I think this background looks a little dark here. I'm going to go adjust that after this video. And if you guys have any suggestions, you can always leave those in the forums that we'll get to in a little bit. But this is what it looks like when somebody does comment. And you can actually reply to people's comments by clicking reply. Now we can leave a test reply, and we'll make that comment. We'll go ahead and pause this again. And as you can see, we do have nested replies in our comments sections. You can sort these comments a variety of different ways, more ways than you even get on YouTube. And this comment section was something that I spent a lot of time tweaking the CSS on, just for the basic display of comments. So yeah, I'd really enjoy seeing some more comments on there. So that's what the video player page looks like. Now, like I said, your resume times are specific to the device you're watching on. However, if we click back to our home page, you can see here this little watched indicator underneath that video. This is actually tied into your nerdonthestreet.com account. So if you're watching between several different computers, you can keep track of what videos you've watched and what videos you haven't watched. This was a feature that was not included with Composer when I started this website, but I did make sure to grab a plugin that provided the backend functionality, and I implemented the front end myself, because I know when I'm watching on YouTube and on other websites like roosterteeth.com, when I'm watching videos on other websites, I need that watched indicator to keep track of what I've watched and what I haven't, especially when you're going back through years of content, when there's big backlogs. And with 732 videos, you know, you might not remember every single one off the top of your head. So that watched indicator is tied into your nerdonthestreet.com account. So, you know, you get a new computer, you boot between different operating systems, you're traveling between different locations, whatever. The watched indicators will stick around whenever you're logged in. And it's actually pretty neat because this shows up here on the home page. It also shows up As you can see here, we've got different categories for all the different types of videos. Like I said, you can get to them by clicking the little view all links on the homepage, but it's also super easy to get to them all just in the top navigation of the website here. So if we click tech videos, we'll get all of our tech videos, and you can see fixed duplicate app icons does have that watched indicator right there. Getting started with Blender does not have a watched indicator right now, but if we click that and start watching it, wait for it to start playing here. Now if we go back to that page, we do have the watched indicator. Super handy if you're wanting to watch a lot of videos on here, which I hope you are. In addition to just the category views of tech videos, creative videos, and the different categories like that, we also have playlist pages on this website. So just like on YouTube, you can go to certain playlists. We do have playlists here. We've got a rolling release playlist for all of our rolling release podcast episodes. Some of these playlists are sorted oldest to newest. Some of them are sorted newest to oldest. It just depends on what series you're looking at. This rolling release playlist in particular, you can see it has links to Apple Podcasts, Google Play, and our RSS feed for subscribing to this podcast. You'll also get those links on the podcast page of nerdonthestreet.com right here in the sidebar. And there are, of course, playlists for lots of other things. We've got an entire page, landing page just for Displaced, and you can go into season 1 or season 2 and look at all the episodes and special features for any of those. We've got our extra live streams on here. We've got a page for every year, and we've got different playlists and clips for everything that was involved with those extra live streams. Getting back to the tech videos, as you can see, we've got LibreOffice Base, we've got Composer community chats that we were doing for a bit, and we do just have miscellaneous tech videos. So I know some people don't like rolling release. These videos never got quite as many views even on YouTube as the rest of our videos. That's perfectly fine. If you just want to see the one-off Linux videos, there's actually a section here under tech videos called miscellaneous. You click that and it's just the random videos, the computer buildings, the Linux stuff, the getting starteds, just the one-off tech videos that are miscellaneous. You can click through all of those super easily right there. Continuing along our top navigation here, we do have a shop page, and this is sort of our online store. It's actually pretty bare bones. You can also call it minimalistic if you'd like. So you can see it's got a header there, and the only things we have on sale right now for Nerd on the Street are DVDs for Displaced Seasons 1 and 2, and then a link to join the Nerd Club, which we'll talk about in a minute. These DVDs I've talked about in the past. You can see we've got pictures here that I took myself, and of course those DVDs are super high quality cases, high quality art. If you click on those, we're not selling things through nerdonthestreet.com. That'll just redirect you to our reseller for DVDs. Those are print on demand, so you'll get them quicker from our reseller than you would if I had to mail them to you manually. But that is there, and right next to that, coming down the line, like I said, we've got podcasts. Now I showed you already what it looks like for video pages. If we go back to tech videos and pick out another one, the video pages are pretty standard for all of the videos. It's got the, like I said, the full-size video player, which you obviously want that to take up most of the space if you're watching videos on a desktop or laptop computer. But our podcasts here do have a little bit of a different setup for their player pages. If we click on one of these recent podcasts, you can see it's just an HTML5 audio embed. I'm playing around with some different players. We might switch this out for some third-party audio player in the future, but really, I mean, HTML5 has native support for embedding audio, so I thought, why not just throw in an embedded player, a native player? That's gonna look good no matter what device you're on. If you're listening on a tablet or a phone to these podcasts, you can just click play and it starts playing them. Obviously, we've got the volume control that's just handled by your web browser. And if you do want to download our podcasts, like I said, we do have the RSS feed available if you want to subscribe to that. But then back on our website, we do have direct download links for every single one of our podcasts. So that's just an MP3 file that you can download. If you want to download 10 or 20 podcasts and stock them up for a long drive or something, that's when I listen to a lot of tech podcasts personally. So yeah, that's available. And of course, we've got the link dump for every podcast. We talk about stuff and then we link it. And that same comment section that you get for the videos is also on the podcasts. The next thing in our navigation is the Nerd on the Street forums. You can also get to these by going to forums.nots.co, and you can see it redirects to the exact same place. Once again, I've spent so much time tweaking the CSS for these forums. The Composer defaults just were not that good looking. Even though Composer is a super powerful content management system, the back end is super powerful. The front end, I just wasn't a fan of how it looked, so I've tweaked these forums a ton to make them look more like modern forums. At the bottom here, we do have some statistics. As you can see, I'm the only logged in member right now. We've got 3 guests browsing the website. You can see how many different topics we've got created and how many different total posts we have. That includes topics and replies, and how many members are currently signed up. We're at 135 members, and this website has been around for about 2 years, so that number checks out. The newest member will always be displayed here, and we do have birthdays displaying here. You do have an option when you create your account to not show your birthday publicly, but if you do show it publicly, then we'll wish you a happy birthday on our forum pages. Now here you can see the different categories we have. Once again, I am totally open to new categories if anyone wants to suggest them, but we do have categories for general chat, rolling release, which was our Linux podcast that I'm planning to start back up again in the future. We've got a section just for displaced since it's such a big deal within Nerd on the Street. We've got a section for Tech Talk specifically, although some people use general chat for Tech Talk as well. It's really whatever you want to do, wherever you want to post. There is a Nerd on the Street board if you want to discuss Nerd on the Street specifically or discuss this website or our videos. And at the bottom, we've got a Minecraft section. Nerd on the Street used to host a Minecraft server. We don't host that server anymore. That section's kind of left over. But if we go into one of these sections here, we can go into general chat, and you can see someone was asking about my System 76 serval workstation. I responded to their post here, and they responded to my post with an inline image. So you can see here what the forums look like. I do really like the idea of just classic forums. You know, you don't see this online a whole lot anymore. Most people are talking to each other on Discord or on Reddit or on question and answer type forums like Discourse, but these are much more classic style forums. You've got somebody starting a topic and just every reply shows up in its own sort of block. We've got the post dates right here up top. I think that the Nerd on the Street forums actually look pretty darn clean compared to if you go and look at like the old-fashioned Ubuntu forums or something. There's a lot more clutter on those websites. I've cleaned up the CSS quite a bit here, so it looks okay. We do have people's profile pictures and everything here and our roles. And yeah, as you can see, this person was taking advantage of our website's ability to embed images in forum posts. They showed an image of them watching one of my videos, which is awesome. Shout out to Spartan7 there. For starting this thread. And yeah, just like comment topics, we do have a quick reply area here where you can type stuff in just with the basic formatting. We do have a full editor if you, let's say you wanted to respond to this post. If you click reply down here, then it opens up the full editor. And you can see the posts that are already in that thread, and you can type in your response here with full what you see is what you get editing. So you can type in formatting, you know, whatever you want here, and then you can preview it. Just like any good forum software will let you preview so you don't have to go back and make edits afterwards. And then you can post your reply when you're ready. I used to have so much fun hanging out on forums online. Forums have kind of gone out of style, out of fashion, but I really do think they're a fun way to talk to people. It's nice and relaxed because it's not like Discord or something where you're having an instant communication. It's more like email, but in a group setting. Like you can take your time and respond when you're ready to respond. You can just check back every now and then. You can see we have had a decent number of Tech Talk threads here over the years. We did have someone in here as recent as July of this year asking about one of my videos, my restreaming video with Nginx. So yeah, head on over to the forums. You know, post a thread, talk about what Linux distro you're using, ask questions about computers that you have. I'm hanging out in here. I'd love to see other people hanging out in here. If I start to see other people responding to each other on these forums, that'll be the best thing, honestly, because that's when Nerd on the Street will turn into a little more of an actual community, is when our community members start talking to each other and not just me. So yeah, those are the forums. Super simple. Like I said, I wanted to keep them fairly lightweight, but they do have all the features that all of your old classic forums probably had. If there's anything missing, let me know, but yeah, give those a try. They look decent on mobile too. I did make sure that the mobile version of this website, everything is fairly sane and everything looks decent enough on mobile that you can browse this website on mobile and not have to zoom in a whole bunch. It's like a web app on mobile. Moving on here to the next thing in our top navigation, we do have our Nerd Club link. And if you're not part of the Nerd Club, which by default you're not, you're going to get sent to our Nerd Club join page. Now this page has some information about the Nerd Club. This is the website that you go to if you go to nerdclub.nots.co. I plug that a lot, nerdclub.nots.co. If you go there, it redirects you right here. Now the Nerd Club is my way of asking for a little bit of support from my audience. Like I said, there are no Google ads anywhere on this website anymore. I got rid of them all because they weren't really paying me much anyway, and it was just giving Google access to your browsing data. And honestly, the few cents I was making just wasn't worth giving Google access to so many statistics about everyone on my website. So we've gotten rid of those. I did also have advertisements from Project Wonderful, which was a much more ethical advertising company. However, that company actually went under earlier this year and closed down. So the Project Wonderful ads are gone as well. So this website is just completely ad-free. And even though I do have ads enabled on my YouTube videos, I don't do a whole lot of aftermarket like sponsorships. I don't have sponsored products that I try and sell you guys. I don't use Amazon affiliate links like a lot of popular tech YouTubers do. So the Nerd Club is my way of asking for just a little bit of support in exchange for all of that. You can join the Nerd Club for just $3 a month, and what do you get for that? You do get a few cool stuff, and I'll actually show you the exclusive Nerd Club section of the website. I'll show that to you here in just a few minutes in this video. Just to run through this page though, members of the Nerd Club do get access to our live stream DVR, so you can see recordings of every Nerd on the Street live stream. If you can't be there while it's happening, you can watch it afterwards. You get access to the Nerd on the Street Experience, which is the vlog series where I'm taking you behind the scenes in the creation of Nerd on the Street. We've got exclusive members-only areas. There is a forum section just for Nerd Club members, and no, you did not see it here because this user here that I'm logged in as is not a Nerd Club member. But there is a section here that will show up only for Nerd Club members, and I'll show that in a bit. There's also a chat room on our website for members only, Nerd Club members. I actually need to remove this ad-free website line here because like I said, I've removed all the ads anyway. Nerd Club members do get an exclusive role on our Discord server though, and I've actually been talking to people just today on our Discord server. You can see right here. Now Discord is non-free since it's running on Discord servers. It is technically closed source proprietary software. The client's just an Electron wrapper, so it's basically a website like Slack. But we do have our little Discord server here. Someone was talking to me just today about Linux, and yeah, we do have a section just for Nerd Club members to chat in, and you can see one Nerd Club member is logged into Discord right now. So you get access to that exclusive Discord role if you're a Nerd Club member, and sometimes I send out merchandise to Nerd Club members for free. So all of those are some great individual benefits. That's what you get for being part of the Nerd Club. In addition to that, we've got goals here on our website. Currently working our way up to $50 a month on Patreon. As you can see, you can join through Patreon, or you can just do a prepaid 6-month or 12-month thing on nerdonthestreet.com right here if you want to. You can see, just click one of those and it opens up a checkout. That goes through Stripe. Once again, I'm not handling your credit card, don't worry. Stripe is a very reputable payment provider, and so is Patreon, so your information is safe no matter which option you choose here. We are currently working our way up to $50 a month on Patreon though, currently sitting around $29 a month. I think it's actually gone down to about $28 if we go to our Patreon page. If we click right here, yeah, $28 a month. Patreon recently moved their payment provider to Europe, so that didn't affect the amount that our Nerd Club members pay, but it actually did affect the amount that I get. It slightly increased Patreon's fees for me. But yeah, you can see we do have 7 people signed up as Nerd Club members on Patreon right now. We've got one person just giving $1 a month, which is also greatly appreciated. It's not part of the Nerd Club tier, but still appreciate it. And as you can see on our website, once we reach $50 a month, these are some rewards that everybody will get, including non-Nerd Club members. So when we reach $50 a month on Patreon, I am going to create an official Nerd on the Street IRC server. Even though I have been trying to drive people to our Discord and I've been having some great conversations in here, some people have been asking me, Jacob, why don't you have an IRC server for Nerd on the Street? Now, personally, I was never a fan of IRC myself. I have my reasons. It doesn't have, you know, persistent history or offline delivery or anything built into the protocol. But I know a lot of people really do like IRC, and some people like it because of those things. So when we reach $50 a month, I am going to create an official Nerd on the Street IRC server, and I will hang out in that server, and I will encourage other people to hang out in it as well. Also, when we reach $50 a month, I am going to start doing Saturday night hangout live streams. These are going to be live streams where I'm kind of just sitting around talking to viewers about Linux or technology or really just anything. Really just hanging out, that's the entire point. I kind of wanted to start doing that anyway, but I decided that is going to take out quite a bit of my time, you know, doing the live stream every week and then uploading it to the live stream DVR afterwards. So I didn't want to start doing those live streams every week until I knew that I actually had a sizable number of people who would be interested and willing to show up. But once we reach $50 a month on Patreon, I will start doing that. And then we've got further goals for down the line. Right now, even just this $50 a month goal would be awesome, because right now, our Patreon amount, it's very close to covering our server costs for this website and other Nerd on the Street infrastructure, but it's not quite covering all of it. Right now, I am kind of depending on YouTube ads to cover what Patreon is not covering, so I would really love to not be depending on YouTube ads anymore. If you want to help me reach that level of independence, I'd really appreciate you joining the Nerd Club. As you can see, we do currently have 9 members total, 7 on Patreon and 2 prepaid members, which I also appreciate. So that's the Nerd Club join section. I did want to point that stuff out in case anyone watching on YouTube was not aware of those rewards and things, since some of this is kind of new. So yeah, Nerd on the Street has done a lot over the years. If you want to give back a little bit, that is on there. And finally, the last page on the navigation bar of our website is the Livestream page. This is one of my favorite pages on the entire website, personally, because live streams can be so much fun when we have viewers. When nobody's watching, the live streams aren't very fun, but for Extra Life every year and other big streams that I do, like the Nerd on the Street 5-year anniversary stream and 6-year anniversary stream this year, having people come on. I know this year I was streaming to YouTube as well, and we had some people commenting with me and chatting with me on YouTube, but I spent a lot of time a couple years ago really making this live stream page look nice. It used to look way different than this, but I redesigned it last year, late 2016 or early 2017, and you got this really nice chat room here that it's just got your standard live stream chat, just like you'd get on Twitch or Mixer or anything else. There is a pop-out chat option, which popped up on my other monitor, but we can drag that over here, and you can pop the chat out and bring it wherever you want. So when you're watching live streams, the most fun part of watching live streams is chatting. Like, that is the most fun aspect of watching a live stream. So anyone who's registered for an account on our website, which is free to register, anyone can chat here with other live stream viewers. On the bottom of the page here, under the video player, we've got sort of some panels with information, kind of like you see on Twitch. And we've also got a live stream toolbox here with some cool stuff. In addition to the pop-out chat, you can lock the width of this video player to 720p. So you can, now we can adjust the size of this window, and the video player won't get any bigger than 720p. Or we can unlock the width here. The reason that's there is so that you can resize the window to whatever shape you want and be able to have a reasonably sized player if you want it. Let me get my Firefox window back within the scope of my screen recording here. But yeah, that is an option there that I think is pretty neat. You can also switch the video player itself. Normally when I live stream, it's not just to one website. You can see the Mixer embed is here by default. That's because Mixer uses HTML5 for live streaming, no Flash required, and it is ad-free as of right now. That's why Mixer is the default embed, but you can switch this to the Twitch video player if you want to. If Mixer's having an issue or something, if you're getting a laggy stream, you can switch this to the Smashcast video player. You can switch it to all kinds of different video players. So just during a live stream, if you're having an issue, you don't have to refresh the page and worry about missing several seconds of video. You can just quickly switch the player between different sources and get your stream working again if you're in the middle of watching one. So definitely follow at @NOTS_network on Twitter if you want to be updated about when we do streams. I'm working on a notification system for the website itself too. So sign up for the website, and eventually I'll have a way to notify people, maybe via desktop notifications or maybe just email or something when we are about to stream. But yeah, that is all of the major pages of this website. We'll go back to the home page here. On the right hand side here at the top, you can see there are some icons you get if you're logged in. You've got notifications. Like I said, I'll start using things like this for live streaming eventually. Maybe eventually I'll have a way to subscribe to different sections of the website, subscribe to tech videos or whatever. You will get notifications about replies to your forum posts and things like that too. We've got an inbox here, which is there for our private messaging feature. You can private message people on this website, sort of like a one-on-one chat room. It behaves very much actually like the live stream chat, because this is just using Composer's built-in chat framework. but you can do that just to individual other users. And then you do have your own little profile that you can go to and customize a bit here. As you can see, we've just got some generic default information for this test profile that I've got. Every member of the website does have their own blog, and you can add your own blog post. This section of the website is not super polished, but oh, actually that's okay. Yeah, that's not bad. You can go and add your own blog posts and sort of have your own little journal at nerdonthestreet.com. I'm gonna try and work on ways to make this a little more prominent. I know people really enjoyed the journaling feature on the old Rooster Teeth website, and I'd like to kind of bring that thing back as well. Not necessarily for blogging every little thing, but just for sharing updates about cool things you're doing with Linux or whatever. That is there. You've got an activity section. As you can see, it shows places that you've commented and things like that. You can comment on each other's profiles under activity. You can see what friends you've got on the website. As you can see, our test account has not friended anyone, but you can add friends, and then that's part of how you instant message them. You've got your inbox for when you are creating private messages and topics with different people. And finally, you can edit your profile. Obviously, you can add your own details in here. You can add information about yourself, interests, put in your Twitter account so people can see it and things like that. You can customize your avatar on the website, as we've seen other people have already done. You can add a signature for the forums. You can adjust your privacy here for different things, and you can set your notification settings as well. So lots of cool stuff you can do if you're signed up on the website here. That's about everything on this website. At the bottom here, we do have an About Us page, and we've got a couple other small things. The very bottom of this website does have this little switcher here. You can actually change the font sizes on this website pretty easily. So if you're hard of seeing, let's say the fonts here are too small for you, obviously you can hold down Control and scroll up to zoom in your web browser, but additionally you can scroll to the bottom of this website and then click on one of these other sizes of text, and it actually will increase the size of the entire, basically all the text on the website. For people on high DPI displays like me, that might be helpful as well. So yeah, that is there at the bottom if you want it. And finally, let me just show you the exclusive Nerd Club section of this website. So I'm gonna log out of our test account here, and I'm going to log in with my personal account on this website. Now that I'm logged in, you are going to see a few things that you're not gonna see all the time. Oh, you can see here actually, when you're logged in, no matter who you are, if we log back in with our test account again. On the home page when you're logged in, you do have widgets to see recent forum posts, and you can also see some quick links to different sections of the website. Recent forum posts is just all of the recent posts in any category, so that stuff's handy to have if you are a member here. You can just quickly see if people are chatting in the forums, not have to go digging through all the different links. But I'm gonna log in here, I'm gonna check Remember Me this time. And okay, you can see somebody commented on one of my videos. That was me doing the test earlier. So your notifications bubble will be lit up there if you do have a notification, a new reply on a forum or something. And once you join the Nerd Club, this is what it looks like when you go to that Nerd Club section. So on the left-hand side here, you've got instant messaging. You'll see any friends that you've added. Underneath that, you'll see all Nerd Club members though. They're sorted by random automatically. You can also sort them by join date on the website or things like that. And these are all of the awesome folks who have signed up for the Nerd Club. I know we've got some Nerd Club members out there who are not on nerdonthestreet.com right now. So if you're part of the Nerd Club but you don't have an account here, definitely make an account and let me know what your username is so that I can go ahead and add you to this section. You can click on any of these usernames and you can message them or whatever, add them as friends. And here at the Nerd Club section, we've got access to our different exclusive things, such as the Nerd on the Street experience. We can click on that and you can see here's the first 5 episodes of the NOTS experience. Episode 5 I just published this past Sunday, so that's very new. And even though it was kind of rough to edit, I think it's one of the best episodes yet. Like I said, this is the behind the scenes vlog series. Episode 1 is public, so you can actually watch episode 1 of this even if you're not part of the Nerd Club. Now keep in mind, it was just episode 1. I was just getting started, getting the feel of vlogging, so they have greatly improved in quality since episode 1. Keep in mind if you're not a Nerd Club member yet. But yeah, if we go back to the Nerd Club section, we've also got the live stream DVR, so you can see some recent live streams that we've done. Here's the stream me and my sister did on my birthday. Here's me and Adam recording a podcast live. Here's the 6-year anniversary live stream in its full uncut form. We've got editing behind the scenes streams that I've done in the past. So every past Nerd on the Street stream, and this goes back years, and I'm actually still in the process of adding some of the oldest ones. All of those recordings are in here exclusively for Nerd Club members. I did just remember one more thing about the playlist that we have on this website. I remembered it because of the Nerd on the Street experience. It's helpful for watching that. But let's say you're watching Rolling Release and you're watching episode number 3. You actually will get these links to the previous and next episode right here on the player page. So if you want to go to the next episode of this, here's Rolling Release number 4, and then here's Rolling Release number 5. So you can very easily click through and watch every video in a series if you want to do that. And of course, you can also easily go back as well. But back on the Nerd Club page, we do have a section for miscellaneous exclusives that don't fit into other categories. Right now, we've just got one in there. It's a blooper reel for my KDE Elisa video that I made a while back. The blooper reel is pretty funny. There were a lot of things that went wrong during that recording, and that's why I made a blooper reel. I don't normally do that for videos, but sometimes I might just make a special thing like this blooper reel and throw it up here in the miscellaneous exclusives just for Nerd Club members. Down here, we've got a chat room just for Nerd Club members. As you can see, not a lot of people using it. Raviolin posted an emoji, but that Nerd Club chat room is there if you don't want to use. Most of the conversation, honestly, is happening on our Discord in the Nerd Club section and the other sections. Not a lot of people use the chat room on the website, but that is there if you don't want to use the Discord, like I said, because Discord is non-free and it's hosted by Discord. If you want to use completely free software hosted by Nerd on the Street, you can use this chat room on our website, and I'd be happy to hang out in there if more people also hang out in there. And then back here, we do have a Nerd Club exclusive forum as well. You can see sometimes I make announcements just talking to our Nerd Club members about what's going on with Nerd on the Street, but I am also perfectly open to Nerd Club members making their own posts in here and just chatting. So yeah, that is what you get as being part of the Nerd Club. I'm always looking for new things I can add. I don't want too much to be locked behind the Nerd Club paywall, but I do want to add value for our Nerd Club members, so let me know if you guys have any ideas about that, and definitely join the Nerd Club at nerdclub.nots.co if any of that looks interesting to you. Whew, for now though, I've been recording for about an hour, and that is the nerdonthestreet.com website. Hopefully this was a good introduction to the website for you guys, because I know I've got a lot of viewers on YouTube who just haven't been interested in the website, and I understand, you know, if you want to keep watching on YouTube, I get it. It's a platform, you're already on it. But if you do want to not support Google's monopoly quite as much, and if you want to support an independent content creator, one way that you can do that is by watching videos at nerdonthestreet.com instead of on YouTube, commenting here, participating in the forums. One thing I didn't mention earlier is that we do have timestamping support. I know a lot of people on YouTube like to post comments saying, oh, real video starts at 15 seconds in, or more commonly, I'll be talking for like 8 minutes before I actually start the tutorial in like a 30-minute video. So somebody will make a comment that says, video starts at 8 minutes, 15 seconds. And then the YouTube comment system will link that in so that people can just click on the timestamp. Nerdonthestreet.com has timestamp capabilities on any video page. Let's say I wanted to make a timestamp that skips this video to 20 seconds in. All you have to do is go to the URL and add $T equals 20. The unit of time is always seconds, so just $T equals however many seconds. If we go to that, you can see it skips us 20 seconds into the video. Super easy to do. I know, once again, that's something that a lot of people like to do, is timestamping the videos. Since my videos can get so long, and actually for the Nerd on the Street experience videos, I actually provide timestamps for those. It's the only series I've ever provided timestamps for, is the Nerd on the Street experience. Since our Nerd Club members, if they want to skip through our video and skip some of the stuff to watch other stuff, I want to support that for Nerd Club members. But yeah, that's everything for now. Let me know if you guys have any suggestions or questions, and I hope to see you at nerdonthestreet.com. I'm Jacob Kaufman, I'm the Nerd on the Street, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.